What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're back with a new purchase, sight unseen, some of my favorites, and a diesel BMW. This should be a lot of fun. Sold on a red light, which means most likely something serious and expensive is probably wrong, but I got it for a steal of a deal. Now, if you've been around this channel any length of time, you know I'm a sucker for a great deal, just like this super cheap 2014 Mercedes-Benz W222 twin-turbo S550 that I picked up for $15,000 on a red light, sight unseen. I have been driving this thing constantly, and it's a wonderful car. It's one of the rare cars that I got a great deal on. Moving on from that, before we get to the BMW, another car that I considered to be a great deal is this 2016, I believe it is, Kia Forte. This car had one minor problem, and all it was a clogged up catalytic converter. We got that taken care of. It runs and drives absolutely great. Unfortunately, the auction that I bought it from lost the title, and here we are sitting with no title. This car should be long sold down the road. I should have been able to make a profit on this one, but unfortunately, there's nothing I can do with it but let it sit here in the grass. Now, if you're wondering where the rest of the cars are, they're all sold. Everything is gone except for the 1940 Chevy. The 1940 Chevy actually was involved in a little bit of an accident, and it's in the shop right now trying to get put back together so that we can take it on power tour. And right now, just cross your fingers that everything's going to be okay with the 1940 Chevy. But aside from that, everything else is gone, and I've got a new batch of cars on the way. And this is one of those cars. It was delivered, just dropped off right off the trailer, man. It's a 20, I don't even remember. I don't even remember. It's like a 2012. I think it's a 2012. It's a BMW Xdrive35d, which means it's a diesel. It gets around 26 miles a gallon on the highway, which is really good for something this big. It came from a reputable dealership from Austin, Texas. I believe it was called BMW of Austin. Yeah, there it is, BMW Austin. It says right there on the license plate, right? A little concerning, to be honest with you, that a reputable dealer took this off of their retail lot and decided to let it go on a red light. This thing actually has relatively low miles. I think it's got 110,000 miles on the odometer. As you can see, the body is in exceptionally good shape. The tires are awesome. They are Pirelli Scorpion Verdes. They are run flat tires. These tires, these are expensive. You see right there, run flat. Not cheap tires, guys. This thing was way too cheap. When I say way too cheap, you guys will never believe what I paid for it. Unless I put it in the title, then you already know. I got it for $6,000. $6,000 for this. Guys, this on a retail lot, at least $15,000. It's got something ridiculous like 450 pound-feet of torque because it's a diesel. It's got all that low-end torque, man. This thing should get up and go. Uh-oh. That wasn't in the pictures. Oh, boy. Well, if you've been on my channel any length of time, you know that I typically will not buy a vehicle that has one of these hanging in the rearview mirror. That conveniently got left out of the pictures. Okay. Well, here's my first impressions. The interior, very clean. I mean, it looks almost retail ready, other than maybe vacuuming the carpets a little bit. The leather is in excellent shape. Not even any wear on the bolsters. The plastics are all in excellent condition down here as well. Wow. Door panel, also excellent condition. No wear on any of the buttons. Oh, this is comfortable. Looking for cigarette smokers marks, and there's nothing here. And what about here? Excellent condition there as well. This thing is really nice. You've got your big panoramic sunroof. This thing also has something called the premium package. I did run a Carfax on it, and it is a 2-owner. That's it, a 2-owner, and it has been dealer service, so she's been very, very well cared for. Looking back here, also this thing is almost immaculate. Not quite, but almost. It's got a few dings, and there's a few bumps and bruises here and there. There's supposed to be a sunshade that I think may have fallen down there, but this is a beautiful, beautiful SUV, guys. Does this work? It does. Oh, you got your little tailgate right here too. I think this thing is so cool. There's your BMW of Austin plate that they put in the back. Looks like some stereo equipment, amplifiers and such there. Under here, no spare tire. That's a shame. Lots of storage though. There's a lot of storage space in the back of this. I do believe some of these came with a 3rd row option. Obviously this one does not have that. I couldn't imagine putting a 3rd row in the back of this one anyway. There used to be a sunshade, privacy shade here. That is also missing. All things that, you know, very common for an older, and it's not a high mileage, but higher mileage, right? 100,000 miles is not low miles, but for a 2012, not bad. Not bad at all. This thing looks like it was sitting on the lot ready to sell. I mean, it looks that good, and that is really, really scaring me, guys. And it shouldn't have been on a red light unless something was really wrong with it. I've never had one of these for this this generation. That's it's a glove box. How do you, oh, yeah. Oh, hold up. Let me make sure I'm not giving away anybody's personal information. There's papers in here, guys. Oh, okay, it's got the books. There's a USB port in there as well. Look what we got here. The paperwork from the dealership that was selling it. 19 city, 26 highway. 110,000 miles is when this paper was printed off right here. From BMW of Austin. It's an X5 Xdrive35d. Space gray metallic, black leather, 6-speed automatic with Steptronic. All-wheel drive. Heated front seats, Nevada leather upholstery, comfort access keyless entry, dark bamboo wood trim, universal garage door opener, 4-zone climate control, online information services, voice command, split folding seat, steering memory, steering controls for air conditioning, audio controls, telescoping steering wheel, blah, 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 lots of stuff. 18-inch wheels, manual sunshades, variable intermittent wipers, speed-sensitive wipers, high-intensity discharge headlights by Xenon, spoilers, we've got a spoiler, alloy wheels, okay, so it's got a lot. There's a lot. 10-speaker audio system. Yeah, she's got a lot. Oh, is this even better? Look at this. Hold on. I said you're not going to find one of these for less than 15. Here it is. Here it is right here. 110,000 miles. 7/2 of 12 was its original service date. Premium package with dark bamboo trim. Price $15,980. And then your as-is disclaimer as well. Okay, so this is even more concerning. It's not getting better. It's getting worse, guys. There's going to be something very wrong with this one. They were asking $16,000 for this, and they gave it to me for $6,000. We're in trouble. Well, I popped the hood on this bad boy, and, well, it looks clean. Looks a little bit too clean, if I'm being completely honest. Not too much buildup there, and you can't see anything down there. I can't even see anything down there. I'm sure it's just a plastic. It's just, it's got these clips and just kind of pops off. A little bit dirtier under there, but now you get a good look at the valve cover gasket, and I don't see any leaking. I don't know what this thing is right here, but that looks clean and new. I wonder what all this stuff is. Lots of plumbing and piping, and there's your belt. Hoses look good as well. This thing looks, and it's probably deceiving me, but it actually looks to be pretty good shape, guys. It's a little scary. Here is one of your DPF fills. I actually had to do a little research on these because I know it takes DPF, diesel particulate fluid, and you want to keep these full. But there's supposed to be one there. Wet stuff is very corrosive. DPF, DEF fluid is nasty. There's another one right there. Come on. This does not want to let go. There we go. There we go. This is, I think, your reserve tank. It actually looks low. And I don't think I have any diesel exhaust fluid here. Very, very important you keep these filled. Like, it is of the utmost importance that you take care of those. Unless, of course, somebody went through and did a delete, which I don't think they did. But one could hope. Looks like your turbo sits right over here. This thing looks like it's not too bad to work on. But then again, I've never had one of these, and I really don't know anything about this vehicle. So why don't we start it up? And let's take her for a drive. All right, first start. It came with 2 key fobs too, which is really nice. Whoa. Let's turn that down. Let's accept. It fired right up. Check engine light is on. Is that it? Is that it? Just one light? It runs so smooth. You got your cup holders, little fake ashtray, and a little, oh, it even comes with a cigarette lighter. That's a real cigarette lighter. It's never been used. Look at that, perfectly clean. Nice. In here, well, you've got an aux input, a USB port, and this. I assume there used to be some kind of a cover there or something that's now broken. Well, it's older. What do you expect? Air conditioning is on, and oh, that is nice. Nice. I'm gonna actually crank that down some. That's cold air. All right, buttons. We've got, looks like audio and volume controls. This is for your CD changer, I guess. I don't know what all this is, truthfully. Over here, you got your headlights, parking lights, I don't know, turn signals? What is this? Oh, high beams. I don't know what this is. Oh, this cycles through. Low on washer fluid. So that cycles through like your information in the center of your screen there. I don't know what BC does. Oh, that cycles through the bottom screen. 23.7 miles per gallon average. You got your telescoping steering wheel right here, cruise control right here, windshield wipers over here, and then of course your windows. Important window works. Express up and down. That window works. Express up and down. I almost hate to test the sunroof. It scares me to open these because you may not ever get them closed again, but we own it, so we might. Wow. Wow, that's a big sunroof. Oh, the whole thing, all the way back, vents up here and there. Does it open? Hold on. Yes? Oh my goodness, are you serious? Okay. I bet it goes further. It does. Wow, does it go any further? No, that's as far as it goes. And close. This is, okay, and then close again. There we go. That'll bring her all the way in, and she's shut. And then the sunshade. The navigation screen, your little infotainment center there, actually looks really nice. It's a very nice little display. Came with 3/4 of a tank of diesel as well. I'm gonna buckle up, guys. Let's take her on a drive. All right, so you gotta push this side button in, and up is reverse. Nice backup camera. And bird's eye view too? Oh yes. Oh, I like this. You got your parking sensors on front and back as well. This thing is way nicer than I expected it to be. Way nice. And make sure I don't run into that Mercedes here, because I still think that Mercedes is my favorite car that I've ever owned. Although, I think I'm probably going to be selling it here in the near future. There we go. Steering feels good. It doesn't feel like it's misfiring at all. It idles perfect. Shifts, oh, that torque. Wow. No kidding. Man, she's really got some power down low, guys. That's what BMW is able to do with these little engines. It's impressive, the kind of power that you get from this. It's a little 3.5 liter. No, it's probably a 3.0. The 35s are 3 liters, if I remember right. So you're talking about a 3 liter inline 6 diesel. She's cruising. It handles great. No funny noises from the steering. Let's get her up to 65. Cruise control is set to 67. And you can see the gauges for yourself. And you can hear the car for yourself. It's perfectly quiet. This thing is nice, guys. Oh my goodness. The only question, I guess, then is, why is the check engine light on? Maybe it's like an oxygen sensor or something. I don't know. We're gonna have to run the codes and, of course, put it on the lift and find out all this car's secrets, because she's got to be hiding some. A retail dealership that specializes in this brand does not just let it go for less than half, more like 60% off of what its retail value is. There's got to be something. One thing that's interesting is I don't see a temperature gauge. Do we not have a no, there's no temperature gauge on this. So I guess if it gets hot, it just tells you it gets hot. I don't know. 22.8 miles a gallon right now. Not bad for something this big and heavy. We'll go through some of the menu options, maybe in the vehicle settings somewhere. I don't know. We can check the DEF levels and maybe check the oil levels and everything as well. You know what we're going to do? We're taking it on its 10-mile round trip. This is kind of my endurance test to find out, you know, anything that's wrong with it typically will come to light within 10 miles doing highway speeds, guys. For right now, all I can tell you is I'm sitting in an exceptionally comfortable seat in a vehicle that rides super smooth and quiet with ice cold air conditioning blowing right on me. I almost can't believe this. The GoPro overheated inside of this air-conditioned vehicle. It's 77 degrees outside, and I've got the air conditioning on, and here the GoPro overheated and shut off on me. Anyway, I was trying to say I'm in this comfortable vehicle with air conditioning blowing in my face, and currently I couldn't be happier. We're at the halfway point. We made it 5 miles. It's time to turn this thing around and go another 5 back to the house. All right, we made it back to the house. That's 10 miles. I'm going to intentionally park further back. Number one, to stay away from the ants, but number two, see if we see any fresh oil or anything leaking on the ground. Current miles per gallon is now at 25 miles a gallon from something this big, and there's a lot of hills that you have to climb over to get here. Well, let's hop out, unlock all the doors, put this window down. I've got it running still. So now that we've gotten her good and warmed up, we'll come back under the hood, and there is no fresh oil. I mean, I know it's hard to tell because there's so many oil stains in this driveway, but nothing is fresh. All of this is old, dried up oil. And she sounds good. It sounds really, really good. Wow. she purrs like a kitten. Super smooth. I'd love to put some DEF and to clear that one code for the code that's popping up for the washer fluid. That would be nice as well. All right, let me get in here and play with some of these settings. These tires look brand new too, all the way around. Let me play with some of these settings real quick. Let's see if we can get to a menu to find out oil level and DEF level. So I think I found what I'm looking for. It was very simple and easy to find. TPMS, we've got oil level, which is okay. It shows that it is at the maximum full level. That's nice. Tire pressure, all nice. Engine oil level is good. Service required. Let's see what this is. Brake fluid service and vehicle check. So, and this was due 12 of 21 for the brake fluid flush. Vehicle check since 900 miles. Brake pads are good. Oil's good. Looks like until 5 of 24 or 2,800 miles. Emissions inspection good. Rear brake pads in 6,000 miles. How nice that it tells you all of this. This is actually really nice. Check control, washer fluid level low. That's it. Like that's everything that this car is complaining about right now. Onboard info, I don't know what this is. Consumption 21.7. Yeah, this is somebody else, definitely not me. But anyway, there you have it. The only thing wrong with this is this check engine light. And I'm kind of afraid to run it because the thing is running and driving so well. I don't want to ruin it by finding out that there's some terribly expensive thing that's going to have to be addressed. Now just look at that front end and tell me how beautiful this is. Look how aggressive those headlights are with those beautiful halos around them. I think this thing is absolutely gorgeous. I have always intentionally avoided vehicles like this and the S-Class. I mean, I've occasionally gotten into them, but for the most part, I tend to avoid these kind of vehicles because I know how bad it can be. They are absolutely phenomenal as long as they're running and driving like they're supposed to. But as soon as something goes wrong, it can break the bank for the average consumer. Well, I decided to go ahead and plug in the code reader and see what we find. And to my surprise, we didn't find much. We have one code for the engine diesel electronics and one code for the integrated automatic heating and AC system. I know you guys can't see anything because of the daggum light out here. I'm not going to show you what these codes are. What I'm going to do, it's one code for the engine. One code. And I've already gone into the historical values, and what it's telling me is that this code was set over 700 miles ago. This is what I always do when I get a new vehicle, especially when it has codes like this. I clear them. But the crazy thing is everything else is passed, no fault. Everything. There are only 2 codes in this whole vehicle. I'm going to do a quick erase on everything, and we're going to hope that it goes out and it doesn't come back. Now, with that said, there's a very good possibility that it will come back. I would say there's a very good probability that the code's going to come back. Now, everything is clear. Everything, even that air conditioning code that came on, is clear as well. The check engine light is now off. So the only thing I can really do at this point, now that we've cleared everything, is we can shut her down. I'm going to make sure to fill it up with diesel exhaust fluid. It's very important to keep this stuff topped up. We know that the oil level is fine and everything is good on it. There's nothing left to do but drive it, enjoy it, and see if that light comes back on again. And if it does, we'll run the code and then we'll figure out what it's going to take to fix it. Now, I'm sure everybody wants to get it up on a lift, and so do I. Definitely want to get it on the lift and see what's going on with it on the underside. I love seeing the undercarriage, checking for leaks, looking at suspension, that kind of stuff. But I don't have time today. I'm about to take my mom out for a movie date tonight. We're gonna go watch that new Fast and Furious movie. And I decided I'm gonna pick her up in the S-Class. And as you can see, the S-Class is filthy inside and out. Plus, I stole the dealer tag to use on the BMW. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and park this in the garage, and I'll have it ready to get on a lift in the next video. We'll be able to do some driving. I'll definitely put some miles on it once I get back from this movie date tonight. So I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to leave you guys with the current mileage so that when we come back, you'll know how far I've actually driven. 111,955 miles. I'm going to reset the trip so it's back at 0. And when I come back, I wonder if it'll move with the door open. Nope, it won't. There we go. Let's put it back up here for now. We'll come back in the next video. We'll find out if that check engine light came back on again, and I'll be happy to tell you exactly what it is, and it'll give me time to find out how much it's going to cost to fix and see if maybe we can get a sponsorship with FCP Euro if it requires the part that I think it's going to need should that check engine light come back on again. So I guess that's going to be it for the video. Kind of short, sweet, and to the point. I'm still shocked. I saw the code, I know what it relates to, and I can tell you this, it's not that big of a deal from what I can tell, especially for a dealership that services these things and sells them regularly. They could have knocked this out easily in a couple hours and probably had the parts in stock for it. So I'm very confused why they would have just dropped it and sent it down the road for $6,000. This, to me, is another insane deal that I got from ACV Auctions. And it's not sponsored, and it's not open to the public. It's a dealer-only auction, so it wouldn't do me any good to try to sell you guys on it. You can't use it unless you have a wholesale or a retail dealer's license. I've just been finding some really good deals on there lately, and with that said, I've got another car that is on the way here as well, and it should be a lot of fun. There's a Maserati that Monkey Wrench Mike showed me at Copart, and he wants it, and I kind of want it. It is a Maserati Quattroporte S, and it's only $4,500. Buy it now, so we may end up doing that as well. There's a lot more content to come. Just stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this video, and drop your comments below and tell me if you think this BMW X5 was a steal of a deal, a good deal, an average deal, or a horrible deal. I don't know. This isn't exactly my wheelhouse, guys, but let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not currently subscribed, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the content. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.